gonna put the water just for now.
And I believe we are on. Let me see here. Are we on? And I get told about this every time we do something. So, yep, we are live. So, as you can see, we are here. I'm Mario, he's Carl, and we were supposed to have somebody. No, that wasn't me. That was you.
We had all week.
We had all week.
We told everybody we were having a special guest.
And I thought that was going to be your job.
This is where it starts.
Hopefully this is not where it ends. But, what do we do? What's that?
What is that?
You have a fireplace in here?
Oh,
there he is!
The world's a beautiful
It
place.
is a beautiful place.
Welcome, my friend.
How did you
Welcome.
get in here?
Welcome.
Why? He's got a fireplace.
He does have a fireplace.
I slid right
I
down
never knew that.
it. Could you clean it a little more next year for me? Got a little slit there.
This couldn't have worked out any better.
No, it couldn't have. Well,
Well, wait. Time out. I'm throwing the red. Maybe the Eagles should use some of this luck.
well, they need it. They definitely need it. So, how did you know to come here tonight?
Well, I was flying home for Thanksgiving. You know, I inspect the toys and the Christmas tree farms in the area. And as I was flying over, I sensed a little bit of sadness down here. And I said, you know what? I need to come down and visit my friends Mario and Carl and spread some Christmas cheer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for
Thank
coming.
you. Because we could have been done before we got started.
Well,
Because we were hoping.
and
We maybe
we know how busy you are, but we know how busy you're going to be because tomorrow is the day.
Well, tomorrow's the day I eat turkey.
It is.
And the elves eat turkey.
So
And then I
you-
put them all to work.
Then you're busy from then until
Until January 1st.
wow.
Okay. I got a lot of sports teams requesting Super Bowl tickets.
Oh. So
Oops.
yeah.
Oops.
So that could be where the sadness came from.
Can we replay last year's?
Well, I did deliver on my promise last year.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And we appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Now, I can't let you be greedy because then I'd have to put you on the naughty list.
No, we'll take one as long as it's not another 52 years.
We'll work on that.
I'd like to try to be alive for the next one. So, all right. So, let's get started. I'll let you start.
Well, I think we already started.
Yeah.
We were hoping for a much better season, and
We're not getting it.
we're not even close.
No, we're not even close.
But what's your take on? Have you been following the Birds?
Well, they're my favorite team. Of course I have. Well, we have injuries. And, it's very hard to repeat in the NFL. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. It isn't done much. It's a long season. It's a long preseason. And I think some of the boys got a little fat on cookies in the offseason.
Cookies. Here we go with them cookies
The
again.
damn cookies, I'll tell you.
I think they got a little full of themselves and had a little too many cookies, and it slowed them down, and maybe they didn't work out as much as they should have, and they're feeling it, but they'll be back. They'll feel it. Maybe not this year, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think it's a Super Bowl hangover.
Well, it's a combination of a lot of things.
It is a combination of a lot of things.
Every team goes through injuries, but I just don't recall the amount of injuries that they've gone through.
There's a lot. There is a
I mean,
lot.
the secondary was down to one starter left after Sunday's game.
Yeah.
And he even threw the finger at the opposing coach.
So he's on the naughty list.
Is he on the naughty list or not? Well, it was two fingers actually. So
It depends on what's two fingers.
okay, I'm not talking
It
about
could be these two. Well,
yeah.
they're not
Well,
actually
I'm not
fingers.
talking about a drink either. But yeah, no. In all seriousness, it's been a combination of, I mean, way too many injuries. The next man up mentality from last year, it doesn't apply this year because you don't have the depth. The depth has gone way down.
Right.
I guess the thing that's disappointing, is all the injuries, but yet, you got some of these guys back that you didn't have last year. I don't think Carson's having the year that we thought he was going to have.
Oh, he's having a
and
horrible
he's got
year.
a ton of weapons.
But he's off. And I'm wondering if not playing in the Super Bowl is up here.
Well, maybe. How about 4 preseason games that he didn't play in?
Well, you know how I feel about that. I don't agree with what they did in the preseason because he had none of the starters playing in the preseason. I think that was a dumb move.
I agree. I mean, I'm okay with that, but I just think at some point, once he came in, he hadn't played in 11 months.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of rust there.
Yeah, but
How
long
about
does it
the?
take to get that off? I didn't mean to cut you off there, but
No, I get talking about it and I get lost for words because it's
frustrating.
you can it's beyond frustrating because now I'm listening to the coaches and they bring in a 4-time all-star and they can't work him into the lineup. They can't run plays for him and he's not getting on the field to make plays and you brought him in to make plays and it's just it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so where does the problem lie?
Well, I mean,
It's
you gotta
not in one place. We
no,
know that.
Absolutely not.
But what is the biggest problem?
Well, I play calling. Play calling.
Okay, so we agree on that one.
Play calling.
Shannon, what do you think?
Honestly, I think they miss someone more than. I think Frank Wright was a bigger part of the offense than anyone knew at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's definitely showing. It's definitely showing. And I think they also made a couple mistakes by keeping a couple of the older players out of loyalty. Common sense should have taken over and said, you know what,
Good point.
Peter.
Philly does that a lot.
They do, and you love them for it, but at the same time, replacing Sproles would have done wonders for them. And maybe Peters too at this point.
I think we should ring the bell.
I will. Well, little comment. You just made two little girls very happy. They saw you and they got very happy.
Who are they? Let me say hello to them.
I don't know their names. Chris, what are your girls' names? He will comment.
Is that our regular?
Yes,
Chris?
yeah, the one who wants the flag.
We're gonna have to make that happen.
All right. My mom says hi. So
Hello,
her name's Dolly.
Dolly.
She's watching. She watches every show.
I know Dolly. I've known her since she was a little girl.
That was a long time ago.
No, that's not Hello Dolly. You don't have to go that far back.
Carl, we had this talk when you were 4. Let's not have it again.
I still have that cold. I still have it.
Oh,
I think I
God.
got it every year till I was about 8 or 9.
I'm the same boat.
Every year, I couldn't get.
That's okay. You know what? With the rate the Dallas Cowboys are going, I won't have any left this year.
I'm not looking forward to that game tomorrow.
if I can affect it in any way, maybe send a couple elves down to deflate some balls.
I'm up for that. We know how big a fan of the Eagles Santa is.
That's right. That's right. I engaged in a snowball fight with him once. There was a friendly banter back and forth.
That was before I was born.
They're still talking about it.
I know. Oh. Joe Buck.
he
What's it?
he looks
Oh,
looks ill.
Oh, he's.
Have you seen him? The last game I saw, he looks very not healthy.
Well, I think if he
So.
strokes Troy Aikman one more time, I
Hey,
just.
this is a family show.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't get along with Joe Buck.
I don't. We'll have to talk off air. I can't say what I did to him.
So let's get back to our birds, or maybe not.
All right.
'Cause
So
I don't know. At 4-6, is there
Well-
any hope?
Well, there is.
there's always hope, but we'll finish this segment off with where do we go from here?
Well, we got Santa to look forward to.
Okay. I'm happy about that.
Huh?
Yes.
He's on our side now. Huh? Huh?
No, Jerry, we're not flying in Andy Reid. Get that thought right out of your head. I do not want him in the city.
That's because he put up 51 Monday night and still lost.
That's okay. I didn't want him in the city ever since we got him out of the city. Sorry, I'm not an Andy Reid fan. All right, that's too much for me to read.
See what I got to put up with every week? See what I got?
Boy, you two are spirited young fellas.
Yes, we are. Very passionate about.
We like to call it
sports.
chippy. Very chippy. Anyway, so at 4-6, we got a shot. You got the Giants Sunday. You got Washington next Monday.
Okay, so we're going to beat the Giants. If we don't beat the Giants,
Wait,
we're done.
So you guaranteed me a win against the Cowboys.
Well, I expected them to win. That wasn't a
Now
guarantee.
you're using all them big words on me. Are
If
you
we-
guaranteeing me a win Sunday against the Giants?
I will say that because nothing's guaranteed with this team. If we do not beat the Giants, we're done. Because if we can't beat them, we're not going to beat anybody. Have they won a second game?
Yes, they are 3-7.
3-7. Okay. So yeah, we can beat them. That's my hope.
Man, I just don't know. I mean, they are so depleted.
They're very unpredictable.
They're just so depleted. I don't. If you can't put points, and the Saints' defense
Uh-oh.
is not that good,
Jack-
and they were only able to manage one touchdown.
Jack Bruder saying season's over.
We didn't even get to the Flyers segment yet. And
That's why he's saying season's over, so we can move on to the Flyers.
jeez.
All right. Thanks for moving us along, Jack. Appreciate it.
Hey, all right, great segue. The Flyers are better off this season than they were last year.
season, right?
So,
Right.
you know,
And
they're
they're on a little bit of a roll.
a little bit. The carnival was fun Sunday.
How was it?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. A lot of photo ops.
Nice.
Helped my friend Skip get, what do you get? 43 autographed pups.
Really?
He's out of control.
Holy crap.
He's out of control.
Wow. Skip, you need help.
He does. He does need help. He's, But, no, the Flyers are in Buffalo tonight. That's good. What happened now?
JR, we'll get to the Sixers. Oh,
jeez.
Give us time. Let us do the Flyers first.
Yeah, we got the Flyers up in Buffalo tonight, and you had
Yeah.
to fly. You came in that way, right? Big
Yeah.
snowstorm.
Yeah.
We flew over it.
You flew over it. Okay. Big
Wait.
snowstorm.
Don't you usually fly through the snow? No?
Not when it comes to Buffalo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do get a lot of snow.
Yeah, Santa's good, but not that good. Yeah, Rudolph will go on strike if we try to go through Buffalo.
Reindeer on strike. Oh no.
What? We can't. No, we
Not
can't
this
have
time
it.
of year.
They have a union. The reindeer.
We have a draft.
Okay. So they can't really strike then. It's like air traffic controllers. They can't strike. It's
No,
against the
they
law.
can't, but they can.
They can walk out.
When they're your only source of navigation, they can take a left at Albuquerque.
Ah, like Bugs Bunny. Okay.
Here we go, another permission flyby. But anyway, so where were we?
We were
Eagles,
at
Flyer.
Flyers.
Where were
Flyers.
we? This show went off course. Santa's taking over.
That's right, and he should.
It's
So
he's making it happen.
Flyers.
Flyers.
So they're better off this year than they were last year.
Well, they're off to a better start. They dug a big hole last year. They never
Right.
really.
They started to dig a hole,
Well,
if you remember.
but
but then you made the proclamation where if they went on that 4-game away streak and came back with a loss, they'd have to get a new coach.
so
And they didn't.
speaking of that, so
They were 3-1?
four coaches have been fired this year already.
Mm-hmm.
4, and big name coaches as well. I mean, not just guys that have been 1 year and done.
Right.
And here's our guy still hanging on. He's still here.
Well, it
He's
seems
still
like
pushing the right buttons.
he's doing what he's got to do to keep his job. That's what
Well,
it seems.
here lies the problem, and hopefully you got some input, and maybe you're bringing us a goalie for Christmas.
Whoa, I thought we have one. The young fella.
It's not ready.
Well,
I need you to propose a trade. I need you to put a package together, gift wrap it, and bring us a number 1 goaltender to Philadelphia. Can you make that happen?
Well,
I think we should be a little patient.
how
With the
patient?
At least maybe another year or so.
This is where the coal comes in. I'm
Because-
done being patient.
Well, let me tell you something, young fella. when you're as old as I am, you learn a thing or two about sports. I mean, I remember when Abraham Lincoln was a wrestler, So, but
He was.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he was.
champion.
Yeah. He was very tall too, wasn't he?
Yes, he
Like
was.
6'5",
Yes,
I think,
he was.
something like that.
Wrestler, boxer.
Always asking for a lot of hats too. Mr. Hackstall, I think he realized that his head was on the chopping block. He was going to be thrown out like yesterday's candy canes. So he's trying to turn it around. And they're still 1 or 2 pieces away. And that's why if they could wait on the goalie and fill up the other 2, the other few pieces that they need, if he turns out to be the goalie we think he's going to be,
Right.
in maybe a year or so, we're going to have a heck of a team. And then we got Gritty.
I love
Yeah.
Gritty. I love Gritty.
I have yet to meet that young fella. He looks
I
fun.
love Gritty. I love Gritty.
Oh, somebody just called you a bookie. I don't know what that means.
Yes, I have a naughty and nice book.
You're on the naughty book, Jerry. You just got put on the naughty book.
Oh boy.
And JR said you have pumpkin pie hidden somewhere in here.
I've been on this diet. And did he just call me fat again?
No. He just told me that you have it hiding somewhere in here, so I can't find it.
There's no pumpkin pie.
Okay.
But we are going to PJ Willahan's afterwards.
We are going to
for
Wellington.
wings.
And hopefully Anna kept her promise, and we will have our table when we get there. So
We got this fella tonight.
That's right.
So things are looking really good.
Did you guys say wings?
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
tired of those darn cookies.
well, anytime you want to go out for wings, they're on me.
Boy, this young fella hasn't seen me eat.
You haven't seen me eat.
I got to keep the cookie zone up.
Oh, that's
So
we
where were we?
We're moving to the Sixers now.
Where were 9-0 at home. They got the Butlers
And
in,
they finally won an away game.
they got a Butler in town.
Yep, they finally won an away game, right?
They're playing very well at home.
I'll take it.
Very well
I'll
at
take
home. Very well. I like the direction. What is it? Third game with Jimmy Butler.
Right.
You have any? What's your thoughts?
Well, I think that was a wonderful pickup by them. I mean, that was like Christmas Day, unwrapping a great present. But in Santa's opinion, I think young Mr. Fultz, I don't think he's going to turn into anything special. So I think it may be time to move on, and I think they're realizing that
Maybe you're taking him north with you when you go home.
I would, but he'd probably get injured climbing into the sleigh, so I'm going to pass on that one.
You, along with 30 other general managers, probably. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do there. I just know that all of a sudden he came up with an injury and took himself out of the game, and the crowd went wild for T.J. McConnell, and I think Mr. Fultz has his feelings hurt.
Well,
I think a lot of it is up here,
and you know
along with the yips.
Right.
Along with the yips, I think he's got something going on upstairs. That's
I don't understand guys that get in their head so much, their own head, so much that it affects their game.
Did you see him the other night with the double hitch? The double hitch at the foul line.
Oh.
I mean,
Jack's saying that Fultz requested to be traded.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I he wants out of Philadelphia.
So then, what do we get for him?
Bag of coal.
I think coal's a little more valuable. Now I got to put myself on the naughty list. Gosh darn it, you too.
Yes, we're a bad influence on you. Sorry.
We are bad. I know that. We are real bad. We have no rhythm tonight, but we have Santa.
Well, we have a lot of rhythm. I don't know about you. I got rhythm.
Oh, you're gonna play a song now?
I just go with the flow.
Yeah, I don't know. They're home tonight to the Pelicans. Could be a tough home game.
So we'll see part of that when we get to
Joel Embiid is playing out of his mind.
You think
he's dominating.
Okay, and that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But you think bringing Butler in had an effect on that?
No, not at all.
So he was doing this before
Yeah,
Butler
I just think
in.
Butler is a much needed piece.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's going to fit in, nicely with Simmons and JJ Redick.
Right.
And then they just have to figure out, who that fifth guy is going to be. And right now, Coach Brown's, utilizing, 3 or 4 different guys, and
it's Embiid versus Anthony Davis tonight.
It's a big matchup
Yeah.
because Anthony Davis is I don't know. I don't know if he's on Embiid's scale, but he's pretty good.
Okay.
Embiid's a monster. He's
All right.
He's an absolute monster.
So Jack, how much do we win by tonight?
Jack's now giving scores on basketball.
I'm just asking him.
I had him strictly on my flyer list.
Well, he seems to be moving to other pieces,
I
so
like that.
we'll see.
He's beating up the Flyers so bad. There's nothing left. There's nothing left there. So
10.
10.
All right, Jerry's saying that they're gonna win by 10.
They win by 10.
All right,
Okay?
we'll take that.
But I need to go back. I just need to
Right.
to go back.
Right, we're
on
digressing.
on this Fultz thing because
Okay.
if he's no longer a commodity in Philadelphia, okay,
Right.
what do you do with him? At this point, everybody in the league has seen the whole charades.
Okay.
Can't shoot, can't this, can't that. Maybe injured, maybe not. So what do you get for him?
How long is his contract?
Well, it's probably a rookie deal. So it's not like he's getting paid $1 bazillion.
Right.
So I'm sure it's tradable.
Okay.
But what are you going to get back? Are you going to get anything back, or are you just going to release him at this point?
What do you think it would be in their best interest?
He
to
was
do?
a number 1 pick.
I get that, but he's not panning out. So he might pan out for somebody else.
And this isn't on the new regime.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was brought in by Brian Colangelo.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know how much Coach Brown had on draft night input. So it's
Well-
it's sad because I hate to see the kid because should he have been that high of a pick? Maybe not, and maybe that got to his head and. He's just never recovered from any of that.
Well, if you're saying that he's got his feelings hurt, then maybe he did get into his own head before in the other direction.
I'm not quite sure where he was at prior to Jimmy Butler coming here. And then once Jimmy Butler came, his minutes were reduced and he's not performing.
Yeah.
He was playing okay, then he goes off and, can't be found.
Okay.
So it's a shame because the Sixers there's a lot of positive energy.
Yes,
a lot of
there is.
positive energy. They're winning.
Yeah, they're kicking ass.
The Wells Fargo's been sold out 9 straight home games.
Yeah.
And I'm sure tonight will make 10. I'm surprised you're not there.
Well,
But you helped us out.
yes,
You bailed us out.
I figured
Yes.
I'd be here.
You bailed
help
us
you
out.
Yeah, we needed more help than they did.
Yes,
And
I
he
think
still
they'll
has
be
time
fine.
to get there too.
This is
No.
true. This is true.
You can do anything.
Well, it's a little hard getting the reindeer through security, and Rudolph is not going to stand outside while Jimmy Butler's playing. I'm sorry, he's a fan.
I might know a guy. I might help you out.
You got a guy?
I always have a guy.
It's amazing.
Remember that. I always know somebody.
Very nice. We know somebody.
Yes, we do.
He doesn't want any more cookies, though.
No,
No more cookies.
no, he wants wings.
Wants wings.
All right.
Or bacon.
Or
Oh,
bacon.
how about bacon cookies?
No.
No,
How about bacon wings?
There you go. Bacon
that might
wrap.
work. That might work.
Internet people, the first one to leave Santa bacon wrapped wings. Boy, wait do you see what's under your tree. Oh.
I think I might follow you to that house. So, let's move on to the Phillies. What are they doing? Anything? Have we heard anything about any acquisitions?
There are more rumors floating. Every day there's a new rumor, a new trade, a new this, a new that. The protected list came out and they left some surprises, in young people unprotected.
Okay.
And I won't bore everybody with that, but it's just you've got a player that you brought over from the Dominican when he was 16 years old, signed him to an international contract,
We talked about that last year.
and you've been working with him. He makes his way to Reading last year, and all of a sudden he pops up on the unprotected list.
Really?
And I don't get it. I know there's a whole new regime in town. I get it.
So,
But that doesn't mean I have to agree with it.
how much did they sign him for? Because I know it was
It's a lot of
outrageous money.
It's a lot of money because, they throw millions of dollars at these young
Right.
kids.
And
You know what I mean?
16?
They,
Somebody throws me $1 million? I'm gone. See ya. Whatever you want me to do.
Santa, that would buy a lot of presents
That would.
and cookies.
No more cookies.
No more cookies. So I don't know. We got to get this. We got to get this Harper thing done first.
All right,
Are you a
Oh,
Bryce
Chris-
Harper fan?
I am. I definitely. I think he's coming. I think that's going to be the Phillies' present to the fans is Mr. Harper, and I don't think they're going to stop there. I think that's why you're seeing some of these spots opening up. They got a little something up their sleeves, and I think they're going to surprise us this year with a couple.
Like maybe these 3 people? Harper, Kimbrel, and Corbin?
That's a good possibility.
Yeah, I think I'm going with the first and the third. I'm not too sure about Kimbrel, but I'm saying Harper and Corbin. That's my guess.
If they did that, that would change the whole makeup of the team,
Which we need.
and you would definitely.
Sell tickets.
Well, you would sell some tickets, but I think that would make you an instant contender. You
Yeah.
know? You would
Yes.
you definitely would be a playoff team at that point.
I'm patiently waiting.
Well, that's all we can do.
Patiently
because
waiting.
no, I don't think anything's going to be announced before mid-December.
So basically, that's the meetings that take place in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens. I think whatever they're going to do is going to be announced then. But my guess is, okay, 3 times, John. Mike Trout. We're not getting Trout.
I would love to have Mike Trout.
I would love to have Trout. If I had to choose between Trout and Harper, Trout wins.
How about Trout and
How's
Santa?
Santa always wins.
Oh, oh.
I would trade Santa for Trout. He would do good. He would do good in the West Coast.
Oh, too hot, too hot.
No, but I've seen you in your shorts and your Hawaiian shirt.
I'm not a fan of California.
I was just kidding, by the way.
Okay.
I was just kidding. I retract that.
That's all right.
Put that coal away.
Yeah, he saw that coal coming out.
Put that coal away.
No. I wasn't going to leave you cold. I was going to leave you something worse. A Dallas jersey.
Oh, God. Wow.
Oh boy.
So
I lost one of them bets already. So I don't need any more of that. I don't need no more of that. Trust me. Mike Trout, it's funny you bring it. Who brought up Mike Trout?
I did.
Okay.
Actually, JR did.
I would love to hear what he has to say about the current state of the Eagles.
The Eagles?
Yes, the Eagles.
Because
let's face it, this is his season. He loves the Eagles.
Yeah.
He's tweets it out every Sunday,
Yep.
game day. He loves the Birds. It's his hometown team. I would love to hear his take on what's happening.
Let's try to get him on the show.
I don't think he's going to say anything bad because, he's best friends with Mr. Wentz.
But
And I don't think he's going to put a negative spin, but, he's probably trying to prop up his friend and give him some encouragement.
he could be honest without being negative and just state facts. But I'd like to hear what his opinion is too. So I don't know. We'll see. No, we don't want Rendell on the show. Screw him.
Governor Rendell?
Yeah.
He got a bad dandruff problem. You ever notice that? He got a bad dandruff problem.
He's got a lot of bad problems.
He got a really bad dandruff problem. Seriously. I mean, they can't work on that?
Do you know he's one of the ones that threw snowballs at me?
He did.
He did.
Does he throw like a girl?
Oh, I'm not going to say that. I am going to say that I got him right in the mush.
Right in the mush.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Hey,
So-
I don't care if you're an elf, Santa Claus, or Carl Henderson. If you got a chance to hit a politician with a snowball, you do it.
Poor Ed.
Yeah, I'm not a Rendell fan. So, all right. So, Larry wants us to have Christie on.
Chris Christie.
Yeah. We need bigger chairs.
We need a bigger room.
Oh my God.
Much bigger
So-
room. So where were we? Again, we just permission flyby. I don't know where it was, where it went.
We were
but
talking
lost it.
we were talking about bringing Trout on the show to talk about the Eagles. Before that,
Yes,
we were talking about
the Phillies.
right. So we're going to talk about the Phillies. We were talking about the Phillies, and Jack wants us to get Brian Propp on.
That
That's might be
that's
doable. All right.
that could be worked out.
All right.
That's got possibly written all over it.
Chris just said this turned into a roasting session.
Why? Who did we roast?
Everybody.
We did.
Yeah.
Well,
You wouldn't allow that, would you?
Well, I do like roasted marshmallows.
He roasted Rendell. I roasted Rendell.
Well,
You roasted Christie.
I just said we would need a bigger room. That's all. That's not roast.
That's a nice
He's
comment.
just a big man. It's a big suit. It's a big politician.
JR saying that Rendell couldn't hang with us.
I don't think there's. Hey, come on. Seriously.
You're right. He couldn't.
Seriously.
We're too good for him. So, all right.
So where were you before the show that you got beats? Usually,
Oh, I got these Sunday.
and you still got them on? You haven't
No.
been home?
No. I put them on to let people know that I'm still an Eagles fan, even though a lot of people are jumping off the bandwagon. So,
Speaking
I'm
of
here.
that, man,
Yes.
they're jumping off.
Oh,
It's
of course,
it's crazy.
because Philly is what have you done for me lately?
Don't you
And-
think it's like that in every sports town?
I do. I do.
I don't think
you
it's
know,
as amplified.
Well,
Really?
Yes.
I think you're taking away the fact that I there was such a euphoria after winning the Super Bowl,
Mhm.
and things only looked better.
Yep.
And then to be let down the way they have been, you know, it's like you come down on Christmas, you open up the present, and there's a pair of socks. You know, but the year before, you got the Tyco train set.
Right.
And that's kind of what's happening. The Philadelphia fans were expecting another train set, and they got socks. So I can see the disappointment.
But it was a kind. I kind of expected it. I don't know why. Not this bad. Not to this level. But I kind of expected it. Never expected them to repeat. I just expected them to do better than they're doing now. So, but and if they do,
Not even close.
no, it's
mean,
it's
it's-
not. I expect them to at least have a winning season, and that's slipping away. So, we will see what happens. I mean, seriously, if they don't win Sunday, their season's over. They're completely done.
You've said that 2 or 3 times.
I
already.
just want to get that point across.
I think you made that point. And we also keep going back to the Eagles in
Yeah.
every session. We've gone back to the. So,
What else would you like to talk about?
well, we were on the Phillies subject,
Okay, so let's go back to the Phillies.
and
We're just going to throw darts at subjects.
3 very important dates came out yesterday
Okay.
where they're going to have 3 former 2008 Phillies.
Oh, yes.
Retired,
Yep.
come back to Philadelphia, and Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, and Ryan Howard.
Yep.
So, my question to both of you is, and I'll ask you first.
Mhm.
Do we ever see those players back here in Philadelphia in our lifetime? Those a Chase Utley, a Jimmy Rollins, a Ryan Howard. Those are some incredible baseball players. Do you think we ever get them personalities back?
I do, because the Phillies are a different team, and they're very good with the money, and I think, you know, once they get their farm system intact and can figure out what they want to do with it, a couple of free agents here, you're back where you were in 2008. You know, they have a wonderful young pitcher in Aaron Nola, and they have some positives. They just need, like I said, it's the same thing with the Flyers. There's a few more pieces here and there, and you can see that. Do I see anyone on the current team filling those roles? Nah. Besides Nola, I don't see as much of an upswing as I was hoping.
Yeah, we don't have anybody of that caliber on the team right now.
Well, I made my list for Santa, and I need a lot of things.
Okay.
I need a lot of things for my teams. So, you know. You don't have to look at it now. I know
No,
you're
no,
quite
it's fine,
busy.
it's fine.
I know you're
Okay.
quite busy.
While you're looking at it, we
You
do
know.
have a serious question from JR.
Uh-oh.
He said, birds have a lot of holes. What do you what do we think should be the first upgrade?
Offensive lineman.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Unless there is a running back that, and not many of them go, you know, number 1, number 2.
Right.
Saquon was special, you know, going last year. You got to go. You got to go offensive line. I mean, they need to. I mean, I think that after coaching, I think the O-line has let down the entire team.
They're not giving Wentz enough time to throw the ball.
I mean, he is on his ass before he
Right.
even can look to his second option.
Yep.
And he's
Or he's running because he's afraid of getting sacked. So yeah, I agree with that.
I'm O-line 1. I'm running back 2. I just wish that they had gone after Le'Veon Bell and made a harder
Yes.
push to get Le'Veon Bell here, and we wouldn't be having these conversations today. Because I think you could have. Le'Veon Bell is a professional running back. He knows how to run the football.
Right.
And I think, the O-line, that would have eased up some pressure on the O-line, would have taken a lot of pressure off of Carson.
Okay.
He's also a heck of a receiver.
But for all the great moves Howie made last year, this year it's not happening.
Well,
It's not
you know,
happening.
It's again,
So
it is what it is, and we just got to deal with it.
here we are. We were just talking about the Phillies,
Right.
and we went right back to the Eagles again.
Because you said I want to go back to the Eagles.
I gave Santa my list, but
Well, that's why.
but
Because
wait,
you gave
but
the
wait,
list, and I wanted
but
to
wait,
answer
number
Dave's
one on my
question.
list is
Yeah.
a goaltender.
Okay.
I want a goalie first and foremost.
So you're abandoning the Eagles and going
Only
with the
because
Flyers.
they won the trophy last year.
Right.
I just think the Flyers,
Need another one soon.
if they had a goalie that could win night in and night out,
Okay.
somebody proven, a Carey Price. I don't know who else. I mean, I would love Carey. I'd give up the farm for Carey Price.
Okay.
But the Eagles is what's on everybody's mind. It's the talk of the town.
Right.
It's the absolute. Everybody has beat that team up so bad.
Right.
Whoever's fault, wherever it lies.
And here's my thought process on that. So the Eagles start before, and they end before the Flyers and the Sixers season.
Correct.
So you have a short amount of time to get all your licks in for the Eagles. All right, it's a shorter season.
Yeah,
Less games.
but once the beating starts, it's going
It
to
doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop.
Right, it doesn't stop.
It just does, and especially in a season like this where, you're coming off of 8 months ago, you were at the highest of high.
Yeah.
Not expecting everything to fall into the bad place that it's fallen into.
Right.
And win Sunday, win the next Monday, you're right back in this stupid race.
Right. Exactly right.
I just don't know if they have enough to
I
get
don't
that
think
done.
I don't think they do, and I think we're going to find out what they're made of this week and next week.
Well, as we know, in football, once you make it into those playoffs, you're one and done. So you may have a few surprises. They had a couple things go their way last year, and it could happen again this year.
Yeah.
They just have to get there. If they can get there, they have a fighter's chance.
That's the problem, getting there. That's
Well,
Glass is half full, half empty, however you want to call it.
the glass is half.
Okay?
It's just half.
They find their way
Right.
and have a rematch with the Saints. Can you imagine the beatdown they're going to remember
Yeah,
that they took from the Saints in a playoff matchup?
but how do they react to that?
Well, if they can somehow piece this thing back together, you're
Right.
getting Tim Jernigan's back on the front line
Right.
this weekend. Hopefully, a couple of guys get healthy,
Okay.
and you can find your way through. A W on Sunday. You got to get your way back into this thing, like Santa said. Get into the show. That's
Right.
all you want to do is get in.
But that's the problem. Is
Anything-
getting there. So at best,
they're not out.
No, they're not.
They're not out.
They're not. But
They're not out.
at best, I see them getting a wild card.
I'll take it.
Right.
I'll take it.
That's all we need is a
Take it.
little piece of light. Rip open the
Look how hot Minnesota was last year.
yeah.
exactly.
And
And
we
where
kicked their
are they
ass.
at this year?
They were hot last year. And we
Yes.
kicked their ass. So
I just, I think especially on offense, the pieces are still there. If Doug wants to continue to throw the ball more than running the ball, okay, you live with it, But I think if they can some magical way put this thing back together.
I definitely think that they need to get over the hump of this week, and if they can build up some momentum this week going into next week, then we're still there.
Got to get off the cookies though.
They do. They need to stop stuffing their face with cookies and get back to eating the raw meat.
The wings.
Exactly. Unfortunately,
hungry dogs.
The hungry dogs got fed.
Yeah.
And now
they're tired.
And now they're tired puppies.
Oh man. So what was the second thing on your list?
For
The one list that you gave Santa.
For Santa. Well, I an O lineman,
Okay.
a running back, some defensive backs. I only gave him a short list. I know he's gonna get. Yeah, it's.
What does Carl want, Santa?
Oh, no. That's even beyond my power.
Okay,
I don't know.
Now
I don't
I'm
know.
kinda curious.
I don't know.
I will say this: maybe the Eagles might upgrade with a new defensive coordinator.
I think we need.
Even though we won the Super Bowl last year, a lot of people forget their performance was very poor.
Yeah, they did get lucky.
Good point.
And their performance has been poor against winning teams last year too.
Yep.
Now, Mr. Schwartz, they brought him in to a lot of hype, but Mr. Schwartz has never had a winning record.
Well, I don't know. I think we're in for a rough December.
Weather-wise?
No,
Oh.
I'm talking sports-wise.
Oh.
So
Here you go with the negative spin again.
no, it's a reality check.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't say it was going to end up bad.
You and these reality checks.
All right. I'll shut up. I won't say anything. I won't say anything. I'm just saying
It's open mic, brother.
it's not going to be easy. Do I think they can do it? I think they have a chance. But
So do we have any questions out there?
a lot of comments.
I always get the second when I get home, they want to know why I'm not answering all the questions. You've got questions, we've got answers. Notice
Well,
I didn't say that this week.
I know because there's a lot of comments. No questions. I read JR's question.
Jack wants Brian Propp on the show.
Yes. We'll see. We'll see what Carl can do about that. No, a lot of comments. No questions.
Yeah, so let's just touch on the Phillies, for a couple seconds here. Closing out.
We just joined.
Who did? Oh, the rifle. Welcome. Look at that.
Speaking of Flyers.
Speaking of probably one of the best Flyers.
Absolutely.
One of the best Flyers not to be in the Hall of Fame.
Which sucks. So, anyway.
It's going to be week to week with the Phillies with this whole Bryce
Right.
Harper, Machado thing.
We're not going to hear anything with them until Vegas. That's my guess. So, unless somebody pushes them to do something faster, we're not going to hear anything until then. Right?
And then I guess you don't do anything until you put that piece in place.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
It does. Once you get that piece in place, then you know what's next.
Right.
And what's next, it could be different because, if you don't get Harper, then that changes the whole... Do you wait and take your chance on Trout?
but Trout's not going to be available till the end of next year.
as a free agent.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So if you miss out on Harper, do you just scratch it and then wait for Mr. Trout and take your chance? Because, you know, he would love to play home.
What an asset. Huh?
Hold on. Wow. JR Santa, we've been more than naughty. Wow. Okay. Doug Peterson needs. Oh God! Stop! I can't read it. Needs to turn on the offensive reins over to somebody else. Yeah, you're right. You're right. And you said about Frank Reich. So yeah, yeah. I don't disagree with that. And Reggie wants you to know he was good.
I knew that, Reggie. I knew that. Well, you know what? Maybe it's time to give our running back friend a shot at the coordinator.
I don't see why not.
I don't think.
I don't think he can do any worse.
I don't think who they picked is working out. So maybe it's
Right.
It's time we look at that direction. You know, he was hopeful to get it, and I'd really hate to see us not try him go someplace else and turn into a huge success.
Which usually happens when they leave here. Do you think 10 years is way too long for a guy like Harper? I think 10 years is way too long for anybody. I think you do a possible 10 years, guaranteed 3 to re-up for the next. But I don't see signing a 10-year contract.
It's going to happen.
I understand that. I understand
But that's
that.
only a number. That's only a number.
Right.
You're basically paying for the next 5.
Right.
And they're just
Yeah, I don't.
prorating it out over 10.
I'm not a big long-term contract guy.
But to get that kind of player,
You have to. I
you
know.
have to.
I get it.
You know, here's what it comes down to. Okay, here we are talking about this week in and week out. The Sixers go and make a bold move
Right.
and give up 2 of their starters
Right.
and a bench player for Jimmy Butler. Just boom,
Yeah.
trade's done. We got the star we're looking for, and here we go. The rest of these teams are talking about it. Talk.
Yeah.
Tired of talking about it.
So speaking of tired of talking, let's do final thoughts. Start with you.
Well, I'm going to push it over to
Okay.
this guy
Shannon, what's your
because
final
I know
thoughts?
he's got a busy schedule.
He does, and he's got to get out of here. So we gotta wrap up a little bit.
Well,
So what's your final thoughts, Santa?
we were given a wonderful gift last year of the Super Bowl.
We were.
Long-suffering Eagles fans were happy and joyful. Now, this may not be the season that you had hoped for, and you may have gotten those socks at Christmas, but guess what? Next year, you may have that little sports car you wanted, or that signed autograph Babe Ruth baseball.
Whoa.
There you go.
Whoa.
So don't give up hope, young.
Piqued my interest.
There's always.
I never put that on my list.
Oh, yes, you did.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, you did.
You don't forget anything.
But just like with Santa Claus, believe.
I'm up for that.
On that note,
Have a good
it's another-
Thanksgiving.
It's another week. Happy
Yep.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Santa,
Thank you,
stay
my
off
friends.
the cookies.
Thank you for having me over.
Yep. Everybody, have a good Thanksgiving. If you're
Happy
traveling,
Thanksgiving.
travel safe. If you're going out tonight, it's amateur night, so
Oh,
Uber, Lyft, call somebody to come pick you up. Don't drive. Be safe and enjoy it with your families. God
don't-
bless y'all.
and don't forget, I will be coming back to Carlos Cards on Christmas Eve.
Yes,
So bring the children.
right here, Christmas
I will
Eve,
be here Christmas Eve.
with this guy.
Every year I visit, so come on out and see me. I'd
Photo
love to see you
photo
all.
ops and presents.
Photo ops and presents.
Oh.